serious one, and I really want you guys to stay to the end and watch this. And please, 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 I want you guys to participate. I'm happy to answer any questions. If you have an opinion, if you're like, I don't agree with that, or can you actually expand on that or elaborate on that, I'm happy to do so. Even if you are watching me on the live replay, same thing. I may not be able to respond to every single one just because obviously there's thousands of people that are commenting on all of my social media accounts combined, but I do read all of them, and that's how I kind of shape my content around providing you with what you guys are inquiring about, wanting to know about, or just chit-chatting about. That's what I want to engage with you guys on. So I have a quick little story for you guys, and this is why, if you're wondering, okay, who is this girl? Why is she always so excited about talking about going for your goals, going after your dreams, getting to the next level, getting to your next embodiment, pursuing your next embodiment, right? That's why my page is called Embody Pursuit. There's a reason, and it's always been there. I've always kind of just had that personality, but it's been kicked into overdrive after my grandmother passed. And I'm not going to get into all the details about that because that's not really the main focus of this video. I want you to be unlocked as to the reality of life. And once I saw the journey of my grandmother, it exposed me to other things outside of just my grandma. So for example, I was a full-time 6-year caregiver for my grandmother with dementia. I was caring for her before that, but 6 years of full-time, basically overtime of caregiving for my grandmother. So what that did was it exposed me to life at that stage of life. I feel like it gave me an insight that most people don't have at when you're 40 and under. You know, maybe you might have younger kids, you might have a parent that's like maybe dealing with some thyroid issues or maybe some high blood pressure and they take medication for it. Like nothing too crazy, too serious, right? Most of us, not everybody. Some people are definitely dealing with major issues with their parents. But most of the time, someone that's, 20 to 40 years old range isn't on average really exposed to the reality of elder life, right? Or maybe you might visit a grandparent, but you're visiting, right? So you're not living with them day in, day out. I moved in with my grandma. Like that's how serious I took the caregiving journey with her, with her dementia journey. And I have an entire Instagram about that. If you're interested in looking at that, you can go to my Instagram. It's with love Chucky, with love Chucky. So it exposed me to a lot of stuff. And you guys, I'm not kidding. It is not a joke. Like your life, if you are healthy and you are able to listen to this live with no major health concerns or issues, you have a luxury life. There's so many people that I got exposed to due to my grandma, like due to having to watch my grandma and take care of my grandmother. I started an online caregiving community, and then I got exposed to other people that are young people that are sick, like chronically sick with issues and diseases and cognitive issues. And if you have your cognitive capabilities, I'm telling you, it is like we take the fact that our brain can think and do things and do functions and tell our body to do things effortlessly. Like we don't really have to tell our brain to do a function. It just does it for us. And so when I got exposed to that caregiving life, I would go to my grandmother's doctor's appointments, and then I would see people at the doctor's office, right? Like sitting in the waiting room area, and there would be young people sometimes that would come in with major issues, and I would just be like, oh my gosh, like you would look at this person. So many people I've seen on the internet, so many people I've seen it. Like there's this one young lady that I came across. It was so devastating, you guys. Oh my gosh. I was like, so I have a caregiving account, like I said, so I was following a lot of other caregivers, or just like things about dementia or brain issues, or just like elder care, like anything in that realm. But then like just how the algorithm works, it was exposing me to other people that have issues and conditions and cancer and stuff like that. There was this 34-year-old girl, beautiful girl. I think she was like a nurse, or she had like a pharmaceutical outfit that she'd always wear, or like a nurse in training or something. But 34-year-old woman with a 1-year-old baby. She was living her life perfectly fine, doing average things that average women at 34 years old do with their career and maybe a child or whatever, and hanging out with friends on the weekend, whatever. And she had like some like back issues. So she's like, I don't know why my back is just like really, really hurting. You guys, she went to the doctor. She ended up having like stage 4 cancer at 34 years old. And she went in because of back pain. And so the back pain, she's like, and it was excruciatingly bad. Like it was just, I couldn't take it. So I went to the doctor, like, okay, maybe I have a pinched nerve or like a disc issue or something like that. She ended up having some kind of cancer. Was it, not pelvic cancer, but something in like in that lower part of her torso area. She had that kind of cancer. And she was gone in a year. She literally documented her whole story. She was literally just posting, going to work in like her cute little outfit, beautiful woman. She was posting her kid, and then she all of a sudden was like going through chemo in the hospital. And then she went through a whole journey on how they were neglecting her, they were not taking care of her. They ended up getting rid of some of the cancer. No, they ended up getting rid of the cancer, and then it flared back up like a month later. And I just was like, I would see, like, that's the kind of girl I live in LA, and that's the kind of woman, I keep saying girl because like she just looks so young for her age, and she just had like kind of a youthful aura to her, and just full of life. I'll just say that, like, she just had this full of life energy. And I was watching every single one of her stories, and you just saw her deteriorate, deteriorate, deteriorate. And I just was looking at her like, I feel like I would see that girl at the gym or something and just think that she had like, assume that she had a great life. Like she just looked like she was in great shape, beautiful face, like just like any other average 34-year-old woman. And I just was like, whoa. So I have hundreds of stories like that, you guys, by the way. Hundreds of stories of care during my caregiving journey, of just being exposed to so many things. Because I feel like unless you might be maybe dealing with someone that's sick, that's like an elder in your family, but like I got exposed to thousands of stories because of my caregiving journey, whether it's I met someone physically in person from having to go to doctor's appointments with my grandmother all the time, or the online communities that I ended up creating an online community on TikTok and on uh, Instagram. And then I also have a YouTube that I feel like I'm trying to start up. I'm kind of praying about that, what I want to do with that. It's just going to be about dementia only. But that's why I'm so damn pumped up about, don't mess with your life. Like, do not play with your life. If you are healthy, if you are wanting to go after something, go after your dreams, go after your goals, like, do it. Like, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. Life is going to literally go by in a flash. Like me, I'm heading to the next decade that starts with the number 4. I always like say it like that because it will be very rare if you hear me say I'm such and such years old. I like to play around with words like that. I feel like it keeps me fresh. It keeps me like youthful. So yes, I've been on the planet for a while, and I'm headed to the next decade that starts with the number 4 on it. And I'm just like, whoa, I remember when I was 22 years old. Like, I feel like I woke up and I just was all of a sudden headed for 40. Like, I just was like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, like, it's weird. It's weird. So don't play with your life. Like, do not, laziness issues, discipline issues. Oh my gosh, I'm sad over a guy. I'm sad over a girl. Someone said something rude to me at work. Cut the small shit, cut the small crap, cut the gossip, cut the complaining. I'm telling you, I am telling you, please do not mess with your life. Okay? I've seen it. I've seen it up close with my own eyeballs. Like, I feel like a lot of people that are in the caregiving journey, that's their life, right? Like they're either a nurse, or like they are a caretaker, or they are a respite caregiver, where it's like you basically relieve other caregivers, so other caregivers, like family members that are caregivers, can take a break. There's all different kinds of people in that field. That's not necessarily that wasn't my life's journey. Like, that's just the honest truth. I only was a caregiver because I love my grandmother to infinity and beyond, like Buzz Lightyear. But that's not my life, right? Like I'm not an aspiring nurse. I'm not an aspiring caregiver. I just, not even a question, decided to sacrifice some of my own goals and dreams to go through that journey with my grandmother, and also to be there for my mother as well. I didn't want her to be alone on that journey. So I'm it's the biggest blessing that I didn't know that was coming my way, because even though it was very difficult, I saw so many things, like, and I'm like, whoa, I'm over here tripping off of that, but then that's a reality for that person, and I'm over here worried about that and harboring on the past, or just engaging with things that are meaningless, like whether it's conversations or stupid gossip, or maybe just dumb stuff. Like, there's just so sometimes I can't even. I'll just sit quiet in like if there's like a group discussion about something, I'll just kind of either like respectfully excuse myself, or I kind of just hit the Homer, like that meme where Homer just like goes behind the bushes. Like, I'll just kind of like find a reason, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and then I'll like go to another part of the house. Like, if the conversation isn't elevated, if it's not helping us evolve, if it's not helping the group learn something new, like, I love being a student of life, because it's like, while you're here, there's so many gifts and nuggets of gold laying around, but then we're worried about celebrity gossip, or like something silly that you see on social media. It's like, if you don't get your act together and download that course that you want, like, oh, you want to get back into playing guitar, or you want to get back into, you want to start golfing, you maybe retired from something else, like maybe you were a retired basketball player and now you want to take up another sport, to like, because you just love sports and you love the competitiveness, like whatever it is, do it. It's like, you want to start a YouTube, do it. Like, I'm in my car in front of a park, like, it doesn't have to be that serious. Just go after your dreams and your goals. Because I'm telling you guys, this was the biggest eye-opening thing when I saw my grandmother pass away. I did not leave her side for a month straight. I mean, I was a full-time caregiver, so, but I literally was with her, like physically up against her for the last 30 days of her life. So I saw every single stage of what, like, the body is kind of, it's just insane how smart the body is. Like, it knows how to shut itself down. That's a whole nother conversation. But when my grandmother passed, there was so many, it was like time slowed down within those seconds. And I was like, I remember there was a million things going on in that one bubble of moment where she took her last breath. That one little bubble of moment, it felt like there was like a few years within that moment of like all these things that I would just was like analyzing. I don't know how to explain that, but one of the things, one in that moment, one little blip in that, I looked around the room and I just saw all her stuff, right? All her stuff, all her plans, all her gadgets, all her art, all of her makeup, all these things and projects that she never finished. And I just was like, whoa, like, I know that you don't obviously go, you don't take anything with you. We all know that. Either whether you've never been to a funeral, I'm sure you've maybe seen one on, like, on a movie or something. Like, you clearly, you go into the coffin and you don't take anything with you. Um like physical material things, diamonds, money, nothing goes with you. But seeing it like up close, in and personal, in the flesh, in reality, not in a movie, from somebody that I love so dearly, I just was like, oh my gosh, like, I know you don't take things with you, but like, you literally don't. Like, all these things, like, I remember looking around and being like, oh my gosh, because one of the things that we used to do was we would go and go on errands together. Like, we would, like, she just loved to go, like, to Big Lots or Target or Walmart, or just like, and get little knickknacks and things on sale, and it was just fun. So that's what we did, and all those, like, I'm not kidding you guys, like, thousands of knickknacks, thousands, like $3 thing, a $7 thing, of over the years of her retirement. So from 65, she was doing this before that, but from 65, and she passed away at 81. So she stopped walking about like a year and a half before she actually passed away. So that whole time, let's just say 20 years, right? 20 years of her being retired, that's what we did. So it was all that stuff. And I just was like, I remember going with her, getting thousands of these little knickknacks and memorabilia and like collectibles and just stuff. And none of it went with her. And I just was like, it changed my perspective on things. Things like, I just was like, whoa, like if you're over here worried about things and wanting to get things and material things, it's fun to experience while you're here and while you're healthy and while you're cognitively all there. But I'm telling you, I I I put this on everybody. I call this on everybody's life, including mine, that no one will pass away from cognitive issues or anything like that during that time period, because it's one of the most vicious conditions. They say it's technically not a disease, but dementia is a very vicious condition, and they call it the slow death. And I just was like, oh my gosh. So even if you have things, you can't even enjoy the things. Like your health is gold, your health is diamonds, your health, your mental health, your wellness, your ability to learn, like having a healthy brain is the wealth, is the diamonds. And then everything else are just additions. Like, okay, cool. Like I get to like drink out of this fun cup. I think it's pretty. It's made out of stainless steel. If anyone's wondering, this is like, I have my other like little my gold, or my, not, well, it has a gold top, but it's a light bulb. It's a glass light bulb. It's not really a light bulb, but it's shaped like a light bulb that everyone always comments on when I go on these lives. But this is now my new fitness cup. I still love my light bulb, but like this just is fun. It brings me joy, like for the moment as I drink out of it. It helps me drink a lot of water because it's just easy to hold and drink out of. But like I know where this is placed in my life. Like I'm not attached to things. And I feel like if you're somebody that's like, well, I don't have the new car, I don't have the new house, I don't have the clothes, I don't have, like whatever you're wanting to get, I'm telling you, trust me, if you have the ability to think and learn and move and operate, that's it. That you're rich, because then you can learn how to make money, learn how to get a side business, which I'm telling you, I'm going to do a whole thing on TikTok after I go work out, but on like another live maybe later on today or tomorrow about TikTok, the TikTok shop, and how you can make very, very great side income, because I've been making it on my own and I want to tell you guys about it, but I'll get into that in another video. But if you have your cognitive health, I'm telling you, I promise you, release the complaining about silly stuff. Learn a new trade to get the money. Do something that just brings you joy. Go on a walk. I'm telling you, if you can go move around, walk around without a walker, walk around without and I'm not talking, people, oh, well, when you're old, that just happens. When I tell you, it's starting to get hot, so I'm gonna end up going in a little bit here, but I'm telling you, there's people younger than me that I would see in the doctor's office with canes, with walkers, and they were fine. And or people that I've seen online because of my caregiving community, so it exposed me to so many people that are teenagers, 20 in their 20s and their 30s, young people that were fine, and then something happened. Do not play with your life. Do not play with being focused on complaining. You are blessed to have your health, all of your limbs, all like you got it. You're rich. And then in 3 to 6 months, you just lock in on a certain goal, lock in on learning something new, and you'll have the thing, whatever you're wanting. It doesn't have to be like that difficult, right? And if you don't have it already, it's because you just haven't been putting in the right effort. To be honest, you could be late. You could be having issues with being lazy, being impatient, not wanting to do things correctly, like, go through the proper steps, and wanting to rush and do something. But like, you can make it simplified. Just go toward it. You have the brain, you have the cognitive ability, you have your wellness, you have your spirituality. Like those are the best. That's the mansion. Cognitive health is the mansion. A healthy, strong, fit body, and I'm not talking about physically, like aesthetically, like just you have, good muscle mass, you're strong, you can walk very easily, like that is like having whatever, I don't know, the Bugatti or, you know, whatever, right? Like that is, if you have your ability to learn, like you, because you have your cognitive health, all you have to do is channel your energy and into something that you want to learn and start the side business. That's like having the private jet. Like in the world that I saw, I just was like, whoa, I'm never going to complain again. And that's where like the surge of energy came from when it comes to my YouTube, and like why Ciana is like always so amped up about like wanting to get to the next level, because I saw the levels when you're in the descending seat. I saw them. I saw it up close. So you don't want to mess around with it. So that's what I want to say. I hope all of you guys, let me see if there was any questions. I don't think I saw any pop up, but let me just triple check. Definitely make sure to subscribe, and I want to know about what you guys think about what I'm talking about, and if it's something that, you know, you've either been struggling with to just get motivation, get inspired. If you have a brain that is cognitively healthy, that should be enough inspiration. Like you don't need to go through 17 podcasts, going to hire a life coach. You really don't need to. Like I right there, if you're really like, if you're really hearing me and feeling me, I probably just unlocked you. You don't need to do any of that. You have hands, a brain, eyeballs that you can see out of, even if you wear glasses. Like that's the gold. So you just have to know, you got to use it. You got to, God bless you with it. So now, you know, he wants to see what you're going to do with it. So I'm just looking at what you guys are, I'm on the, you know, I don't like to like push the camera because sometimes I'll knock the camera over when I'm trying to read the comments. Man, my service is like acting weird. Okay, guys, so I can't read the comments right now because it's like not loading. So hopefully I will read them and see. Okay, it popped up. Okay, yeah, so there's no questions. Okay, cool. So just comments. All right. So definitely make sure to subscribe, okay? I can see all of you guys in my analytics that come back and watch my videos, but you guys don't subscribe. So just subscribe. It's takes 2 seconds, and what it does is it really gets it out to the people that need to hear this this message, okay? So I hope you guys have a gorgeous, gorgeous day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.